kind of explosive ability?
For me, a small prayer. For other guys, it's knowing time, space, distance to make sure that you can collect anybody's first move. As you know, Kevin, you can't be thinking out there. If you're caught thinking, especially defensively, you get to read the back of the jersey of the guy you're guarding quite often. Can't happen here tonight.
And it can take your mind off of the other things you've got to do.
Well, yeah, that, and then you're always using one key phrase, which coaches talk about in practice.
Yeah.
Help.
Oh, yeah.
I need help.
Help. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Randall out there with Davis, and it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. Davis with the bucket.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
To the middle, Moore with the steal. About a minute played so far here in the first. New Orleans moving it around. Davis inside, working on Gibson. 5 to shoot. Here's Holiday. They grab their own miss. Knocks it loose. Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
That's a big-time battle from AD on the glass. You see the athleticism to go back up with that.
Towns kicks to Wiggins. Back to Towns. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Holiday with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Always fun to watch Anthony Davis rise up for dunks like that. Awesome anticipation from him.
Rose kicks to Wiggins. Shoots. And the shot is long. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against the Brooklyn Nets. Back to Holiday. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. 11 feet away. Another shot. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
The Pelicans shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Randall.
Well, Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Now here is Holiday. 29 points for him last game against Toronto.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
Well, the 3 is king right now, and spacing can be a problem for the Pelicans.
Well, the team knows they only have a handful of dead-eye shooters. They were in the bottom third for threes taken last year. They play to their strengths, which is a good thing, but in order for them to take the next step, it's got to be some dynamic play from the perimeter.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Towns against Randall. Shot from 16. Rebound by Rose.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. And that one, good.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Outside Holiday. Kicks to Randall. With the floater. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau On defense, he said, quote, "We're going to have to neutralize their high flyers. We can't play above the rim against these guys. Whatever it takes, we need to shut down the lane." See if they are able to do that during the game, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Now here is Holiday, looking for his first basket still in this one. Wiggins against Johnson. Pass to Covington. He kicks it to Rose. Outside Gibson. They get a hand on it. Now Holiday. Pass to Johnson. Gibson against Davis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
And that one falls for Davis.
Impressive thing about Anthony Davis is just how much ground he can cover during the game. Has come into this league as one of the best running big men in transition. Still a huge weapon for him.
And both free throws good for Davis. Opening night is upon us. Every team looking to come out of the gate strong. As we know, only half are going to get to the end.
Don't tell him that, Kevin.
I know you can't.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a long season. The teams, as we've seen in the past, sometimes what we're watching here tonight, 6 or 7 members of that team might not be on it come February. So got to temper your expectations. Watch the way guys have maybe improved from last season coming into this season. Excited about young teams and the opportunity of their potential, but things can change quickly in this league.
But don't you love the optimism at this time of year?
No doubt about
Yeah.
it. Everybody's fired up for the opportunity to show what it is, especially as a player, what you worked on in the offseason to bring it to the hardwood and show your coaching staff the type of work you put in.
And Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Anthony Davis is second.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Rose against Holiday. Rose passes to Wiggins. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. There's the pass to Randall. And Holiday kicks to Davis. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
A little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Jones is checked in. Johnson finds Moore. Begins with the block. Jones with it. To the paint. Covington passes to Jones. Inside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. They get it back. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. New Orleans in the lead. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Gibson with the steal. It's stolen by Randall. Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Tipped away.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Johnson kicks to Holiday. Randall outside. Moore right side. Passes it to Davis. 4 on the clock. Lays it up off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Pelican lead.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Pass to Towns. Over Moore. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got his second basket of the night.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Now here's Moore. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Toronto. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Moore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Here's Towns. He had 25 points in the win against Brooklyn. Gibson in the post. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Towns. A beautiful reverse layup. Towns has got 7 points in the game. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Raptors in Toronto.
Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds and coaches in this league. Remember, just in the recent past about his time in Phoenix and then in Golden State, now as the head coach of the Pelicans, and he's done a great job just speeding up this team, pushing the ball, and trying to find ways to put up points.
Here's Towns, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Left side, Towns. It's Covington on the wing. Over Johnson. Covington's shot is off. And for the Pelicans, it took some time before they could implement Gentry's vision.
Well, now it's in place. It felt like a long time to get there, and he ended up making the playoffs and pushing it to the second round. And Alvin Gentry's a big reason why the Pelicans are one of the most exciting teams right now to watch in the NBA.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Miller's checked in for Johnson, and Tim Frazier's subbed in for Ejuan Moore. Outside, Towns. Okogie, covered by Miller, kicks it to Saric. Jones looking for an opening, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
All right, a chance to look at numbers for Randall. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Connects from 3-point range. Jones has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. New Orleans leading by 4. Frazier outside. Davis. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Saric. Feeds to Jones. He kicks to Towns. Now the dish to Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Randall right side. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
Corky Dangs checked in for Towns. The Pelicans also changing it up. Sheck Diallo, he's checked in for Davis. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Jones. To the left side wing. Left side, Saric. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
And that one falls from Saric. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. Frazier with it. Jones covering. The Pelicans have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good for Miller.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Frazier against Jones. It's stolen by Frazier. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Jones. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Saric. Wiggins finds Saric. Lets a floater go. He lays it in. Saric has got his second basket of the night.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first. No one covering. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Well, when you see a teammate over-rotate, you just swing it around, the perimeter's wide open.
The pass to Jang. Makes it off the glass.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And it's Frazier with the ball for New Orleans. Over to the left wing. Here's Diallo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Saric. For New Orleans, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Diallo.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gibson's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Jones kicks to Zhang. Now here's Wiggins. He's coming off a 13-point game against Brooklyn. The Timberwolves shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
That free throw, no good. And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. He hits the second from the line. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Frazier the pass to Davis. Here's Clark. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. 6 to shoot. The shot that time not on target.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the New Orleans Pelicans. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Right back after this break. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at the Pelicans' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then there's Derrick Rose. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now here's Rose. A 23-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
They get it back. Diallo.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
And one of the all-time high risers at the point guard position, Derrick Rose, can still throw it down.
Floats it up for Davis. Lays it in off a pretty alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements, but you know, Brent, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks, over 2 a game for his entire career thus far, and he doesn't have the same impact that he once did, but you know, guys are shooting a lot more three-point shots, Kevin, so if you can find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
Here's Clark following the bucket by the Timberwolves. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. You love a good mid-range game. We don't see it that much, but I know you have a couple guys you think have a pretty strong mid-range game.
You know, Chris Paul still has dominated the mid-range, Kevin. It was interesting because him joining the Houston Rockets, who it's all about threes and layups. Daryl Morey, I think, recognized we need somebody that can come off the pick and roll and make those kind of plays happen, not only at the rim for Capella, but shoot it himself. So Chris Paul still dominates in the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard has shown some skills at the mid-range. Even though last year, obviously, just 9 games, he's still a dangerous weapon. It'll be interesting to see if that's still part of his arsenal for this season. And then C.J. McCollum has been one of the best mid-range scorers in the league for the Portland Trail Blazers over the past couple of seasons.
And so Clark nails both of them. Timberwolves trail by 5. Rose finds Jang. Wiggins surveying the floor. And Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. He'd make a heck of a volleyball player.
And it's Wiggins missing. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Raptors. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
He gets that one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now, here is Miller. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Clark kicks to Miller. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Robert Covington's checked in for Wiggins. And New Orleans also making a change. Moore's checked in. Clark. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Rose. For New Orleans, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Diallo. His last outing, he had 8 points. Chalk up 2 there. Frazier's got his first 2 points of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Moore with the steal. Inside, here's Davis. And he can't bank that one in. And it's Rose with the ball for Minnesota, trailing by 4. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
And here's Frazier. Moore outside. Outside for Davis. And another 3 for New Orleans.
There has to be some alteration in the game plan, but I don't think it's enough to shut down AD.
Rose passes to Jang. Okogie And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Pelicans.
Look, they've been aggressive looking to get inside, but they haven't finished especially well when they get there. I like the attack mentality, but you have got to finish plays.
And the first one at the line is good. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Wesley Johnson's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Frazier. So he gets them both. Pelicans leading by 5. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Passes to Johnson. Back to Davis. Kick out to Moore. And the 3 off target. The Timberwolves have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Covington's shot is off. New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns.
Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 21 points per game last year, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
Okogie. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
To give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Holiday dishes to Johnson. Drills the 3-pointer. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And that's something that Johnson is looking to be more and more consistent with. He's got a fluid release on that shot.
Towns against Davis. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
In that game against the Spurs, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Rose surveying the D. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Rose not always focused on creating contact, but with his physical gifts, a lot of times he leaves the defense no choice.
Randall's checked in for the Pelicans. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. Free throw drops for Rose.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Now here is Holiday. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. As much as Drew Holiday can contribute on the offensive end, Brent, with his scoring and playmaking, he's also a very capable defender.
Well, he's more than capable. He is one of the better defenders at that position. And the more years Drew Holiday has in the league, the more he's got a notebook of what it is guys like to do and the things he can take away. Great hands, great lateral movement, and last year showed up in a big way defensively for Alvin Gentry.
And so here is New Orleans after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. And Holiday kicks to Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. Diallo the pass to Johnson, and Wesley Johnson with the slam.
A lot of scouts saw that Wesley Johnson had tremendous reach and that the potential for plays like that is well within him.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Towns down low. Randall on him. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Towns.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
Holiday against Jones. Outside Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In third, the Pelicans.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
First free throw is good. And Rose drops them both. And so it's New Orleans with it. 4-point game. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Holiday finds Randall. The shot, no good. Towns with the defensive effort, and the call will be against Julius Randle. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Julius Randle. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. For Minnesota, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And so Jones nails both of them. New Orleans gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Jones against Holiday. Moore outside from deep 3-point range. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Jones kicks to Towns. The Timberwolves again can't hit. New Orleans leading by 5. Johnson surveying the floor. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Towns.
And Johnson knows his role on this team, which is to stretch out the floor with consistent shooting.
Two shots.
That's good from Johnson. Both shots good from the stripe. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 7. Jones the pass to Rose. Kicks it to Covington. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Gentlemen. And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
The first one falls. And Greg with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Moore with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Tries it from 9. Jump shot is good. Moore's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's speed shown from each one. Moore, good handles, and he glides right through the defense.
Moment here now for an injury report. And now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Anthony Davis is doing. David.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. Season is still very young, but that is bad news to get at any point of the year. We'll see how the team responds without him, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The first free throw is good. And so Jones nails both of them. Pelicans leading by 7. Holiday finds Johnson. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Covington with the bucket.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Miller outside. Down low. Knocked loose. Towns with the steal. Pass to Wiggins. Over Moore. Sharch dishes to Towns. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
And Moore kicks to Johnson. Shot from 12. Kick out to Moore. Pass to Diallo. Just 5 to shoot. Miller outside. Over Sharch. That's good for Miller. The assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's New Orleans, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball, and then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second-chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
I think they're giving this game away because of their turnovers. I mean, you may not control everything that happens out there, but you do control how much you value each possession. I think coming out of the break, they need to be more efficient to close the gap in the score.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore, the guards. Davis is out there with Johnson, and it's Diallo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's stolen by Rose. To the inside, Wiggins, and he makes that one. Wiggins has got the first points to start out the third quarter for Minnesota.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Now here's Moore. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. New Orleans making a switch here. Randall's checked in. Here's Holiday, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Johnson kicks to Holiday, and there's the pass to Moore. Just 5 on the clock, and Davis throws it down.
And when AD takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Pelicans leading by 5. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Wiggins throws it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here is Davis. He's got 21. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Just excellent recognition by Anthony Davis to sell the shot fake, gets the defense up in the air.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Here's Rose. He's got 12. Outside, Towns. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. To the middle. Here's Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
Pelicans leading by 3. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Outside, Davis.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
He misses the free throw. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And that's a rare missed opportunity from him. He'd been good as gold up until that point.
Back to Gibson. He kicks to Rose. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. That one drops for him. 9 points for Johnson.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
E'Twaun Moore is someone, Brent, who bounced around early in his career but has still found a way to be a big contributor.
Yeah, and I think that the fit for E'Twaun Moore, having AD, he can kind of stay in the background and get shots off where he's open, his feet are set, and you can see that trend in his field goal percentage that's coming into the league. Last year had a phenomenal year shooting the ball.
Clark, he's checked in for New Orleans. Outside for Davis. Here's Clark. He's got 6. From past the arc. That one, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. Wiggins passes to Rose. The 3. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Rose. And that's 15 points for Andrew Wiggins. Holiday looking for an opening. Count that bucket.
Great focus from Drew there. The D was all over him, but it didn't seem to affect his focus. Gets that bucket to go.
Passes it to Gibson. To the paint. The kick out to Rose. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. They'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trailblazers. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And looking at that Nets matchup, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Now Rose. He's got 12. Towns is doubled. Got a piece of it. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Jang, he's checked in for Towns. And New Orleans also making a change. Tim Frazier's checked in for Drew Holiday. Johnson against Wiggins. Frazier kicks to Randall. Over Jang. Count it from 12. Randall's got 9. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Jang. Johnson against Wiggins. Inside. And it's Rose missing.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Randall on the follow. And it's a 6-point New Orleans lead.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Kicks to Jang. Dishes it to Rose. Johnson with the block.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. It's just had a tough quarter.
Pass to Davis. Here's Clark. That's in there. Davis with the assist. He's got 8.
Sharing the basketball, Anthony Davis can do more than just score. Such an all-around special threat.
Minnesota calls timeout. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Sharge is checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Miller's checked in. Rose kicks to Sharge. To the middle. Here's Clark. He's got 8. Frazier outside. Back to Clark. Davis against Sharge. Down low. Here's Frazier. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Rose in the post. Sharge. It's Clark with the rebound. New Orleans leading by 8. Randall right side. Over Jang. Randall no good. The Timberwolves have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. And that one's good. Wiggins.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Now here's Frazier. There's the pass to Clark. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Clark's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Timberwolves have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Rose finds Wiggins. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. Jones checked in for Minnesota. And both free throws good for Wiggins. New Orleans leading by 6. Frazier the pass to Randall. He dishes it to Clark. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Clark's got 13 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Pass to Wiggins. Over Clark. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. New Orleans has gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. He kicks to Frazier. Randall dishes to Frazier. To the inside, here's Davis, and Davis throws it down.
So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
To the paint, it's stolen by Davis, and they're on the break. Here's Frazier, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists in the game. And it's Jones with the ball for Minnesota. A 12-point game. Wiggins outside. Okogie. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Davis.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Frazier kicks to Randall. To the left wing. Clark for 3. He can't get it to go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Jones finds Jang. Okogie covered by Miller. Okogie, the shot off that time.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Swiped it away. Miller grabs the miss. Miller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Floats it up for Davis. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Saric.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's putting in the effort, and you can see him getting better with time.
So many little things that you have to learn to grow as a player. He's just going through a bit of that process right now.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Wiggins. D right on him. And Davis sends it back. Pass to Frazier. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
That always energizes your teammates. They feel your imagination, get motivated, and helps you extend your lead as well.
And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. Morris checked in for Ian Clark. Here's Wiggins, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Wiggins has got 14 points here in the second half.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2.
First free throw is good. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. And Frazier drops them both. Timberwolves trail by 14. Jones kicks to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Saric. Knocks it loose.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Now here's Jones. He has 7. Kicks it to Saric. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Two shots.
And that one falls from Saric. New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Saric nails them both. New Orleans leading by 14. Poked away. Holiday against Jones. Holiday with it. Pass to Davis. Over Saric. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Jones and Wiggins, the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Saric. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Now here's Davis. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
One shot.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 17. Towns, the pass to Jones. Here's Covington. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Covington. And both free throws good for Covington. Pelicans leading by 15. Outside Holiday. Here's Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 7th assist here tonight. Now here's Jones. The pass to Covington. Here's Towns. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gibson comes in for Saric, and it's Rose in for Tyus Jones. "60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. It's Covington on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the triple. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Miller outside. Back to Holiday. Connects from 3-point range.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Gibson, here we go. Basket good.
Taj Gibson's postgame continues to improve, that time showing a nice touch.
Pelicans leading by 15. Holiday finds Randall to the inside. Moore with the bucket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Rose. Passes it to Covington. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him to the paint. Towns. Knocked away. It's stolen by Randall. And there's the feed to Miller. Gibson with the steal. Outside Rose. Wiggins outside. Pulls up on the wing. And again, it's Minnesota converting. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Holiday against Rose. Holiday attacking. Sweet little floater. And the Pelicans lead by 17.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light him up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Minnesota calls timeout. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. He kicks it to Randall. Floats it up for Davis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Pass to Covington. And here's Wiggins. Over Moore. Rebound by Johnson.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Kicks it to Holiday. To the middle. Wants to get it to Randall and does.
Pinpoint pass from Holiday leading to the field goal. He always keeps his head up off the pick and roll for chances like that.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Outside, Towns. And the call goes against Wesley Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys.
But billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Moore. He feeds it to Randall. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Outside Holiday. Timberwolves trail by 20. Ball's knocked loose. Rose kicks to Covington. Six to shoot. Holiday against Rose.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Wiggins. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Wiggins has got 16 here in the second half. Moore against Wiggins. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Moore goes into the contact. He's saying, I want more contact.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from Moore.
Well, effective ways that E'Twaun Moore can score. He's had some very good shooting years and is going to find his way to the free throw line here.
He doesn't get the second one. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
Check Diallo, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
And both free throws good from Gibson. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. They led the game at 1 point by 20. To the inside, and Davis throws it down.
When you give Anthony Davis those kind of looks, he's going to make you pay.
Timberwolves trailed by 19. Outside Rose. Now the pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. Rose, no good.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Minnesota gets called for the foul.
2.
No good on the free throw. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Diallo. And he sinks the second. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
Now here's Wiggins, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Here's Covington. That's good on the jump shot. Covington's got 7 points for the quarter. New Orleans leading by 16, and Moore kicks to Johnson. Back to Moore. Johnson against Covington. And stolen by Wiggins. The dish now to Rose. Passes it to Covington. Shot clock at 5. Here's Towns. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Here's Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 9th assist in the game now.
Well, everything right now in sync for AD, and I think that stands for after Duncan.
Now here's Rose. From the high post. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 14 points again thanks to the basket from Wiggins. New Orleans has gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Davis against Gibson. Right side Rose. And it's off the back rim. No good.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often. But the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Now here's Johnson. New Orleans moving the ball around. That's tipped. Again, New Orleans turns it over. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Minnesota calls timeout.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Now here's Towns, taken away by Holiday. Moore outside. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success. Tough to fault him for the struggles of the team so far. He has been solid. It's the rest of the guys that need to come along for the ride.
Now here is Holiday. And Davis throws it down.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Here's Towns. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
To the paint. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The first free throw is good. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Gibson with the steal. Covington against Johnson. Covington passes to Rose. Now here's Towns. Back to Rose. Lock at 6. Down low. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Rose. Rose has got his 8th assist here tonight. We've got 1:18 left in the game. New Orleans leading by 12. Here's Holiday. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Appreciate Drew Holiday getting shifty there on the inside to draw the contact.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Covington against Johnson. Back to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
It's a shame because this is the team we expected to see fighting on every possession. I think it's just too late.
Diallo and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Covington with the bucket.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters fishing with dynamite.
Moore outside. Feeds it to Holiday. Right side Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
And Davis sends it back. And here's Holiday. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them...
David, thank you as always. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.